Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Now, I don't have any jokes for this video. I'm going to be straightforward and candid. Now, Tyson Fury, this is just how I see it. I personally think he's a bit shell-shocked right now. He was on the biggest stage, just like Deontay Wilder, and they were both expected to deliver because of, I would say, the three very entertaining fights that they gave to the world, they gave to us boxing fans. We all know what happened. Deontay Wilder dropped the ball. Tyson Fury went life and death with Francis Ngannou. And he dropped the ball because he didn't get the knockout. He didn't tranquilize him. And then a crossover MMA boxing event, it didn't end the way that it should have ended, which was with Tyson Fury knocking out Ngannou. As a result, his stock has plummeted. Now, he still has diehard boxing fans that are going to be right behind Tyson Fury. I'm not even calling him by his nickname that I have for him. But he still has the diehard fans that are going to support him no matter what, right? So they're going to show their loyalty. But even Dana White went on record and took a poke at Tyson Fury, saying that if Tyson Fury didn't show up to the ring looking like he ate himself, he would have done to Francis Ngannou what Anthony Joshua did to him. And I think the consensus is that Tyson Fury didn't perform to his potential. I think the consensus also is that Tyson Fury underestimated Francis Ngannou. And I think the consensus is that Tyson Fury is under a lot of pressure. Now, I'm going to tell you this, man. There are different factors that can result in weight gain. Stress is one of them. I think Tyson Fury, although he comes out here and he talks a good game and he tries to convince the world that his life is great, I personally think there's some stressors in his life that's definitely affecting Tyson Fury in a few areas. One in particular is for him to be disciplined and have the opportunity to focus to really get himself into shape. Now, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt in this video that Tyson Fury has his hands are free of doing anything illegal going into any fight. I don't care about the things he was caught up in before, from meats, from what referees discovered in his gloves and hand wraps, to all of the speculation and allegations about the Wilder fights. I'm just going to treat this video as if Tyson Fury is a guy who just had a clean nose and has been out here making sure the playing field was level between him and his opponent. But what I personally think is going on with him, right, in addition to what we just discussed, I think for Tyson Fury, especially after seeing what Anthony Joshua did to Ngannou, seeing what Anthony Joshua did to Otto Wallin, I feel that Tyson Fury isn't really confident going up against AJ. Now, first, Tyson Fury has to get through Usyk. But this is the problem. He's distracted now. He already had all the attention on him about the cut on his eye. To this day, obviously there was a cut, but no one can make sense of how Tyson Fury just somehow unintentionally ended up getting hit by an elbow by his sparring partner. They're saying there's just a 1 in the 1 millionth chance of the sparring partner throwing the shot the way he did and the elbow getting to through that tiny space in the headgear and just catching him right in the sweet spot. Now, not everybody is sold on that. I'm not sold on that. But let's just say that is true, okay? Everything that happened was legit. He didn't plan it. It wasn't staged. Tyson Fury is distraught about getting cut because he wanted to have already fought and potentially be standing here today as the first undisputed heavyweight champion in the four belt era. But I'm going to tell you what I think is going on as well. I think Tyson Fury can't get himself into shape and doesn't have the discipline to focus to make sure that he's ready to go a solid 12 3-minute rounds with any heavyweight right now, unless he has some kind of help. It's like having a person, right? And they're morbidly obese, 700 something pounds. And they're assigned a doctor who's an expert in weight loss and dealing with morbid obesity. And the doctor, or you could say dietitian, or however you want to refer to him, right? They have a conversation with the individual. This is our plan of attack, how to start bringing that weight down so we can at least get your weight to a manageable level to where we can have gastric bypass. That way we can get you into surgery, and then we can really work on getting that weight to melt off you, to get you healthy, because we want you around. And that person, when they go home, they just can't do it. They're still eating unhealthy foods, things high in saturated fats, not getting the rest, a lot of sugary things, drinking soda. They're doing everything they're not supposed to do. You put a head of lettuce in front of them and they start gagging. Yeah. They don't want broccoli, they don't want carrots, they don't want fruits, nothing. But then they come back to that dietitian or to that doctor, and the doctor's like, look, you got to be able to do some of this on your own. They're like, well, you got to help, doctor. Is there something you can give me to get me into shape, to help me at least drop this weight? And that's where the doctor's like, okay, they want me to obviously give them something, which there are medications they can give them to help suppress their appetite, etc. And I think Tyson Fury is that guy. When you look at what happened with Usyk, he knew what he had to do, but it looks like he tried to hot wing it and do some things on his own as far as his training. But the stressors, the lack of discipline, and the responsibility that was put on him to do some things on his own, he dropped the ball. So now going in here with Usyk, with the aforementioned, and then AJ doing what he did to Wallen, to Ngannou, and Tyson Fury has these additional stresses in his life. I definitely think, now I don't know if he's still working with Usyk, but you look at Tyson Fury, how slim and in shape he is. I definitely feel Tyson Fury is a guy who needs help getting himself into the kind of shape that he needs to be for this fight, what I would say is the biggest fight of his life. And I personally feel if he's worked with Usyk before, never announced it to the world. I didn't know he was working with Usyk until Conor Ben got busted. When Conor Ben got popped, and then all this stuff came out, and they were divulging information left and right about Usyk and who he's worked with. That's when I found out that Tyson Fury had worked with Usyk for the Wilder fights. I don't know if it was all three, but a couple of them. And for me, being a guy who likes to stitch things together, I said, well, if this guy Usyk is openly bragging about how easy it is to skirt drug tests and assure fighters are taking these illegal substances and not get caught, and Tyson Fury is working with him, I mean, hey, I said, well, maybe it's a possibility that's where Tyson Fury got this power from. Maybe there's a chance, because why? If you have different strength and conditioning coaches, different dietitians, right, that you can work with, why would you gravitate towards the one that's known for having their name mixed up in illegal activities. It's the same thing I say with fighters who are working with Victor Conti, Snack, Angel Heredia, Alex Ariza. Those names have been mixed up in controversy and illegal activity, and a couple of them already paid their dues. They seem to have, cleaned up their acts on the straight and narrow. But my thing is, why do fighters choose to go that direction instead of going with the guy who's more than qualified, but maybe you don't really know much about him? What attracts you to a Conti and Ariza, Usman, Sajad? It's because of their results driven. They get results. And I'm not saying that all their results are done legally. I'm not saying all the results are done illegally. What I'm saying is these are guys who, pharmaceutical geniuses, who know what they can and can't give a fighter that will give them the results that the fighter needs going into a huge fight, to where they don't test positive when it comes to VADA tests, UCAD tests, etc. And with Tyson Fury, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if something were to come up, especially now with Tyson Fury and being backed into a corner to where he has to perform against Alexander Usyk. You see, there are people out here who follow Tyson Fury, they follow boxing, they follow these boxers, and they just develop tunnel vision. If you're not telling them what they want to hear, or you don't agree with the way they see things, they're going to tell you that you're a casual, you don't know anything about boxing, they're going to insult you and attack you. I mean, it's like dealing with children, man. We don't have to agree. The goal is at least we could understand where I'm coming from. But some people can't even get there. So as a result, the conversation turns chaotic. Not really my style, but I'm human. Sometimes, I'll vent a little bit. But for me, I do feel Tyson Fury, with this Usyk fight, I do feel Tyson Fury is backed in the corner. He's anxious, he's stressed, and he's going to look for any help that he can get. Tyson Fury cannot lose to Alexander Usyk, people. Do you guys understand the financial significance of him losing to Alexander Usyk? It's like when AJ lost to Andy Ruiz in New York. Eddie Hearn didn't know what to do with himself. I saw him hit that comb over he had. He was wiping it the opposite direction, exposed all them bald spots in his head. He freaked out because he just saw money going out the door. And with Tyson Fury, I think it's a similar situation, but Tyson Fury is very focused on the money. He can tell you it's not about the money. He has all the money in the world. Bullshit. Tyson Fury is focused on that money. He can't afford to lose to Usyk because now, even though there's the rematch, he already lost to Usyk. So even if he beats him in a rematch, a Fury-AJ fight loses its sting. So when it comes to Tyson Fury, man, he took a more relaxed approach to Ngannou, supposedly, but then they come out and say that he didn't sleep for 3 days, taking it to the stupid, like always. But I'm going to tell you right now, Tyson Fury, like how Anthony Joshua was more dedicated to his training, going up against the ex-UFC champion Francis Ngannou, Tyson Fury, I believe, has already been more dedicated to his training, but he needed help. I don't think he can do it on his own. And I think Tyson Fury is going to continue, maybe being even more dedicated to his training here in the last month and a half or so before he gets in the ring with Usyk. I'm just saying, sit back and pay attention to what's going on with Tyson Fury. Fighters have off nights. And maybe Tyson Fury just had an off night against Ngannou. You know, it happens. It's like, you know, I have so many different experiences. But I'm going to tell you, I'm not even going to talk about boxing, me and boxing, right? I could. I'm trying to give you a story. Okay. I'll give you two. I went into spar a guy who was doing MMA, and he wanted to take up boxing. He wanted to improve his stand-up game. When I came in the gym, because, you know, the guy was like 6'4", it's like, I don't know, 240. And I'm about 6 feet tall. I was like 180. But, you know, I was fast hands, handling myself. And the coach wanted me to go in there and spar this guy. I had just ran like 6 miles out in that Florida heat. I came into the gym, and I was like, all right, no problem. And the guy was, you know, fresh. But, you know, we get into the spar. Anyway, the round starts. The guy's fresh. I'm a little bit tired from running 6 miles. And he's really like trying to fight me. He really couldn't box, but he was, you know, trying to punch me, and it's like street fighting kind of. And you know, I would just step into him, grab him, turn him, and I'm more trying to work with him, but he's really trying to fight me. So, you know, I put my work in with him, man. Let him, you know, get a few shots off, and he didn't land nothing clean. Just, you know, seeing what he was going to do and open up. But I wanted to do, I only wanted to do like 3 rounds or something. Like, I was tired. I came right from running in that goddamn Florida heat. 6 miles. And anyway, the second and third rounds, you know, I mean, I went all 3 rounds, but I didn't go in there and just destroy him, you know? And the coach was like, all right, man, let's do a few more. And I'm like, hey, like, nah, man, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing another 3 rounds, you know what I'm saying? I just came in, I'm tired, I'm thirsty, man, it was crazy. So anyway, I remember thinking to myself, I need to get another crack at this cat here when I'm in here, and not just coming from in that heat, six goddamn miles. So anyway, I remember a buddy of mine was like, hey, man, I thought you were going to do this to that guy and this. I said, yo, man, you know, I was tired. So anyway, like the next week I got an opportunity the guy showed back up, wanted to spar again. I had just got to the gym, so I didn't run anything. And anyway, I had an opportunity to spar him again. And, you know, he didn't know what was going on in that ring. I was just tearing his ass up. Speed, reflexes, catching, shooting, slipping, countering, getting underneath him, bumping him off balance, binging him. Anything I wanted to do, I was doing to him. Letting him come in, I get on the ropes, and I throw that uppercut right hook, man, then step out, man, and you know, I always call it the 15-second drill. 15-second drill him into the corner. And I was playing with him, man, but after that, he was like, I remember he was like, my God, man. And I was like, yeah, I was tired last week, you know, so I said, I'm not tired. I didn't run out in that sun. I said, but I was ready for you. And I got my respect. But with Tyson Fury, this is his opportunity to kind of show the world that what happened with him and Ngannou was just a situation. It wasn't the real Tyson Fury. The real Tyson Fury that we've seen is the guy who beat Vladimir Klitschko, the guy who returned to boxing after his hiatus with drugs and depression and all these other things, and went in there, you know, with Otto Wallen and got that cut on the side of his face, was able to push through that and still get the decision and go in there with Wilder in the first fight, outboxing him, clearly outboxing him, then getting knocked down twice, well, knocked down once and knocked out, and able to rise from the knockout and continue to take control of the round and finish the fight strong and end up getting a draw, which a lot of people feel that Tyson Fury deserved to win. And then that guy who went on to the second and third fights to basically destroy Deontay Wilder. So this is his opportunity to let the world know that was a fluke. There were some things that happened before I got into the ring that maybe you guys weren't aware of, and it just made me look average or less than average. But I am that guy, just like with me in that sparring. I had to show him that I was that guy, and I think this is Tyson Fury's opportunity. Alexander Usyk is an amazing fighter. He's not going to make it easy. They can call him a rabbit. They can, whatever word they want to use to insult him, right? Whatever adjective they want to use to describe Alexander Usyk. That's fine. But Usyk's not going to make it easy. But I definitely feel Tyson Fury, if he's in his old form and everything is on the up and up, there's no uneven playing field, there's no foul play, no peds, no dirty boxing, there's no foul tactics, right? If Tyson Fury just gets in there and conducts himself as a consummate professional, and he gets the victory, especially if he stops Usyk, I think that for Tyson Fury is gonna say a whole lot, because I really think there's a competition going on between him and Anthony Joshua to really see who's the king of the UK. And for out there in Saudi Arabia, I'm telling you, like I said in some of my YouTube shorts and other videos I did where I was having a little bit of fun with the subject, but Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are kind of competing to see who's the king of the sand dunes, because the momentum has shifted to AJ, because they want to see knockouts and AJ delivered. So Tyson Fury is going to have to do something big. And let me tell you, if Tyson Fury knocks out Usyk, right, that is a much bigger accomplishment, not because they're fighting for undisputed, but because he knocked out Usyk. That's a much bigger accomplishment than AJ knocking out Ngannou and AJ stopping Wallen. Usyk is not Ngannou. Usyk is not Wallen. Okay, and Usyk already beat AJ twice. So the same way people are looking at AJ saying, damn, he's probably going to beat Fury because the way, look what he did to Wallen, and Fury couldn't do that to Wallen. Look what he did to Ngannou, and Fury couldn't do that to Ngannou. If Fury knocks out Usyk, well, all of a sudden people are going to say, well, shit, Usyk beat AJ twice, Fury beat Usyk, well, Fury's going to beat AJ. You know how the conversation goes. And none of that makes any sense. Styles make fights, man. We already know that. But do I think Anthony Joshua has a good chance to beat the shell-shocked Tyson Fury? Of course I do. Because it comes back to what we just said. Styles make fights. One guy's 6'6", 6'7", something like that. Tyson Fury's 6'9", but he doesn't really, his posture is poor, so he's probably standing more around 4'3". Both of the reaches are pretty much the same. Power, you got to give that to Anthony Joshua. Who hits hard, you got to give that to Anthony Joshua. Who got the better chin, you got to give that to Tyson Fury. So you just have to wait and see, what happens with Fury and Usyk. And if it comes full circle, when the rematch and he wins again, and then he gets to scrap with AJ, if AJ can stay undefeated. And then we'll see what's really going on. But I just think we need to take note with Tyson Fury that he has a lot on his plate. He has a lot of responsibility as being the face of boxing in Saudi Arabia. And he has a huge commitment as a father, man, and a lot of distractions at home. You know what I'm saying? He has a lot on his plate. And I don't defend Tyson Fury. I'm just having a conversation, that's just being real. But can he pull it together for what I would say, if Tyson Fury at this point in time is the biggest fight of his career? Can he pull it together to get past Usyk twice? This isn't Devin Haney going to Australia fighting Kambosos twice. Not the same thing, not the same fight. Devin Haney and his dad were electric sliding in the living room and eating ranch wings when they saw Kambosos beat Teofimo. Bill Haney was spinning on his goddamn head. He was electric boogalooing. He was so goddamn happy to know his son was going to be fighting Kambosos, because they knew that was an easy fight. Well, easier fight than fighting Teofimo or Lomachenko. Tyson Fury. I mean, Usyk is not an easy fight. Someone you go through twice is not an easy fight. And then to go fight AJ, you know, that is not an easy fight. Fury has 2 opponents in front of him, 3 potential fights coming up that are going to be very, very dangerous. That being said, we'll wait and see just how it goes. I don't care how long Fury says he trained, 12 weeks, 16 weeks, whatever. I kind of feel, you know, just if Tyson Fury has been maintaining himself, you know, just how much training does he really need to get in the ring and perform? But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be paying attention, and I'll be honest, and I'm not saying this to try to be funny. I'm not even going to put this in the title of the video. I wouldn't be surprised if something came up about Tyson Fury and some kind of foul play. I'm just being honest with you. I would hope not, because I just think for Tyson Fury, you know, those kids, 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, to just hear more crap about their father, who to me had, because up to Klitschko, Tyson Fury to me had performed wonderfully. Coming back to the sport to me is just a big question mark over Tyson Fury since he returned to the sport after his hiatus. So I'm not so sure about all that, but let's just give him the benefit of the doubt in this video. But I wouldn't be surprised if something came up, because he's stressed, he's struggling to find discipline to do the things he needs to do on his own. He needs help, and I wouldn't be surprised if he goes through extreme measures to make sure he gets the help he needs, and to make sure he goes to the fight with a guy like Usyk confident. Y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.